Everybody. I didn't even check my audio yet. Oh well. I hope this works. Welcome to Scandal Cards and Comics for an impromptu discussion and a quick mail day reveal. I'm your host, Scandal. And I just wanted to show you guys a new card I have that just came in the mail today. And the shipper packed this envelope within 3 inches of bubble wrap, the big bubble wrap, and then within that 4 inches of box. So this box came, it was like a 12-inch by 15-inch box, and just for one card. Anyway, the discussion really quick. I'm just going to kind of reveal a few of my cards that I've recently acquired, and that should kind of bleed into what's in this envelope as well. So I have been recently getting into Marvel Jambalayas, and I don't know too much about them as far as their history when it comes to sports cards. I do know that they are kind of original staples in the 90s sports card craze. There are Kobe Bryant Jambalayas, and they still make lots of. I think Flair makes Jambalayas for a lot of different aspects of their series. But what I'd like to talk about really quick is just the Marvel aspect of Jambalayas and why I've decided I'm going to lean in, at least kind of skew some of my collection towards Jambalayas. First and foremost, so this one, for example, is an example of a 2017 Flair Ultra Spiderman Jambalaya, and this is the most recent. Actually, it's not the most recent. It's 2017. But this one, these are really great because they have that black and red checkerboard pattern in the back. And here we have, these three are from 2018, which is the subsequent. I can't talk tonight, guys. I'm having a hard one. It's been one of those days. Subsequent. I still can't say it. I'm not going to. Forget it. 2018, Flair Ultra X-Men came out with Jambalayas as well. I have a few of those. I have Weapon X, and which I just acquired from a good friend here in Utah at a card show recently in a trade. Rogue, which is a beautiful, actually a great depiction. It's in the air. I know. Tonight it's I feel so spacey tonight. Here is a beautiful Rogue Jambalaya. I love this card. This is a great depiction of Rogue. I really wish the centering was a little bit better on this. I do know that centering on Jambalayas is a continual issue, and you can see here that the edging, the black edging on one side is a lot greater on the right than it is on the left, which is unfortunate, but at the same time, I'm happy to have this one while I have it. Maybe I can trade up for a better one day. And Colossus, camera keeps cutting out. Again, one of those nights. And Colossus, looking good. So I recently found a seller that is offering multiple Jambalayas from a year previous to 2017, Flair Ultra Spider-Man. So this is, I did kind of already peek at this card, I'm going to be honest with you, but I'm really excited about this. This is one of my favorite characters to collect, and I'm just going to kind of do a slow reveal here. And you guys are excited? Here we go. It's a 2015 Scarlet Witch. Man, the camera keeps cutting out. 2015 had really beautiful Jambalayas. They have that unique turquoise and that purple, which really just makes them pop. Now, Jambalayas just really look amazing in person. They have a lot of glitter. They have a lot of flair. And they just are absolutely fantastic. And this is the artwork on this one is top notch, decent centering as well, not bad. And the 2015 Jambalayas and the 2013 Jambalayas are extremely difficult to collect. I think at this point, almost impossible to try to full set these at this point. They come and go on eBay really quick, usually get purchased immediately. I've seen a few of them get placed at auction on eBay and then mysteriously get taken off with a private sale in the wings of eBay. I have to admit, I've done that myself, where I've convinced a seller to remove a card from auction just to sell it to me immediately. And I've seen these kind of come and go that way. I think last December there was a Thor that sold for upwards of $900. Captain America sold for over $1,000. I think actually that right now there's a Venom that's on eBay that's selling. I don't know where that's going to land with Venom. You never know. In fact, I'm going to check really quick. Am I crazy for doing this? Let's see. Already sell. We got 23 minutes left, and it's already at $2,000. Look at this. I'm going to share screen here. We have a Jambalaya 2015 Flair Retro Marvel. Venom, popular character. Never underestimate the Venom. Super popular. Many people collect him. And this one's for $2,000. Now, last week, I think there was the same year Wolverine that was sold for $2,600. That wasn't even PSA graded yet. This one's at $2,000 with 22 minutes left. And this price has been surging regularly for the last 24 hours. Like this price has been creeping up and up and up. I'm going to go out on a limb and guess that in the last 22 minutes of this sale, this card is going to go for, I'm going to say over $3,000. Over $3,000. This is going to be almost a record sale for a PMG. I mean, not for a PMG, for a Jambalaya. The backs of the cards are beautiful too. Sometimes the artwork's a little cheesy on the backs, but this Venom one has really great artwork. That's awesome. Nice image. Centering on this looks beautiful. I mean, it is a PSA 9. There's a lot of advantages to buying a PSA graded card. I hope that hair is not in the case. See that white hair right there on the bottom left? Let's hope that's not in the case. Yeah, let's, good luck to all those that are bidding on it. I am not bidding on it. But I'm tempted to. I just acquired 3 other Jambalayas in the last 48 hours, so I'm Jambalaya out at the moment. I've had my fill. I cannot take another bite. Yeah, I'm going to have to, I don't know where I'm going with this analogy. I'm going to have to wait for a massive BM here just to be able to afford more of these cards in the future. I can't, yeah, these, it's crazy. It's crazy. Like this card last year would have been last summer would have been a $500 card. And now we're talking about $3,000. We're talking about 6 times the value. It's crazy. Well, anyway, back to this, the Scarlet Witch. It's really, I got 3 of Marvel's, greatest TBC break. Says 2017 Flair Ultra Spiderman sitting at over 2,300. Yes, I know. I intentionally did not want to bring attention to that card. That one, I'm literally watching that right now. Like I am watching so many. This one's beautiful. This one is a great. I mean, this is as good as Marvel card artwork can get. And I know there's not color matches in Jambalayas, but you could arguably say this is a color match Jambalaya, in that the background kind of matches the foreground character. This is a gorgeous card. This is extremely even borders. Yeah, it's crazy for sure. Sorry, you don't need to apologize, man. It's fine. I mean, it's already at $2,300 with 2 days left. I don't understand what's happening right now. I don't understand what's happening. How, look, 86 watchers. 86 watchers on this card. And there's people speculating that this is market manipulation. This is not market manipulation. This is a correction. And this is I think these prices are here to stay. Spider-Man is going to be hard to collect, and it's disappointing to say so, but he's going to be hard to collect from here on out. If you have high hopes, you better be getting some boxes. You better be e-packing it up on the Spider-Man metal coming up next summer, because the aftermarket prices on Spider-Man himself are going to be insane for his inserts. This one is unbelievable. I cannot believe that price. With 2 days left. 2017, that's 5 years ago. Can you believe that's already 5 years ago? It's a 5-year-old set. I think so many are bailing on sports cards and jumping to Marvel, Star Trek, and other non-sports that isn't conditioned on a player's health and performance. I like how you said Star Trek and not Star Wars. Did you mean Star Wars? I think you probably did. But Star Trek, I actually have a few Star Trek autograph cards. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I just don't know what's happening. I know people. I mean, what does it mean, like bailing or jumping out from sports? Does that mean they're liquidating their sports? Does that mean that they're taking a loss on their sports, trading into Marvel? I mean, I guess there's just a lot of $1 million sports card collectors. Is that the case? I don't know much about it. I don't think Marvel card collectors are equipped to understand the budgets of some of the bigger players, some of the bigger whales in the collectibles market. I was just listening to Neo and Spidey Jew and Flippin' Steve chat about. They were chatting about the like all these big time collectors coming in, and I don't, they're talking about like comic books, whether comic books are here to, like, are comic books also going to be resurging like these Marvel cards are? And honestly, Marvel cards are not comic books. Sorry, I'm hitting that camera. Marvel cards are not comic books, and they're not. I don't think that it's an equal comparison. I'm sure it's the same subject matter. Certainly, it's the same subject matter, but it is not. Like, comic books collections pop up all the time. Collections of old retro comic books from the 50s, 60s, and 70s are still popping up. They're still in grandma's attics and basements. And that's going to be the case for the next 20 years. They're going to keep popping up. The pop counts are going to keep creeping up. Even on rare keys. The pop counts on these rare keys, even though on CGC they might be low, I do not think most comic book collections are graded. I think most people are hoarding comics. Most collectors have been hoarding comics. I don't think most comic book collectors over the age of 55 are slabbing their comics or grading their comics or even care. These collections are out there and they're in large quantity. And unless you're getting like gold, if we're talking golden comics, sure, but Silver Age, Bronze Age comics, like, they are not as exclusive of a collectible as these Marvel cards are. Like, these Marvel cards, sure, you could say it's somewhat arbitrary. Like, okay, well, how many series do we get that get put out every year? Upper Deck puts out, X number of series. So why are they even rare or collectible? Well, the thing is, they are like a 1 of 200 limited edition card. There's only 200 of them, and there you go, and that's it. They're not going to make more, and there's more than 200 people that want that card. There you go. There's more than 200 people that want that card. So these jambalayas, back to the jambalayas, people don't even quite understand how many of the 2015 and 2013 jambalayas were actually created. There's large disputes online in blowout forums, even amongst a lot of the YouTube content creators, a lot of disagreement on how rare the 2013, 2015 jambalayas are. Some people say there was 30. Some people say there was 50 made of each one. Some people say there was as few as 10. I do not believe there was as few as 10. I scored 2 very rare character 2015 jambalayas from one seller that had 2 of the same card just this week. I'm going to be showing them coming up here when they arrive. And what are the odds of him pulling 2 A-list Marvel characters from the few boxes that he opened in 2015? I think that's pretty rare. That's to limit that to only be 10 cards now. That's practically impossible numerically speaking. But there is disagreement, and I wish we knew exactly how many there were. In regards to which the design of the Jambalayas, I think what they've been doing. I wish I had a 2013 as an example to use as well, but I do not at the moment. I'm hoping to get one. I don't even know what VORONG stands for, but I'm totally supportive of your movement. Transparency is key in card collecting. Print runs are a big part of that. That's exactly true. I mean, and that I think is why Jambalayas aren't as readily hopped upon as some of the other PMGs and other limited series like the Ambers and the Royal Foils and the canvas, masterpiece canvases. All of those have those numerical numbers. But the Jambalayas, man, they're so cool looking though. I mean, I know they don't have the limited number on the back. To me, I like the material that they're made out of. They actually look, I don't know if you guys can see this, but they actually look like some kind of cool 90s vinyl sticker kind of I can't remember what kind of products had this, some kind of patchwork stickers that used to be available at gas stations in the 90s. They're just so cool. They look like collectible merit badges, the fact that they're not cards and they're just kind of these flat ovular. Is ovular a word? I've always wondered that. Circular, ovular. It would make sense that it's a word. The fact that they're oddly shaped and that they are just they just stand out. They have a lot of presence, especially when you see them in person. If you're going, go to a card show this year, pick one of the many card shows that are happening in your local area, and just check out, even if it's a sports card Jambalaya, look at it in person, compare it to the brilliance, next to on the neighboring cards, and you'll find that the Jambalayas actually stand out quite a bit more than a lot of other types of desirable cards. As far as which pattern I like better, I think they've done a really great job of designing really hip, kind of funky, cool patterns on these that make them feel special. I do like the checkerboard of the 2017, the red and white. That's really cool. But again, this one's kind of it reminds me of 90s Saved by the Bell colors, just kind of total Funktown colors. It's awesome. It looks so beautiful. This one is really funky as well. This one looks kind of like a Klimt, Gustav Klimt kind of painting, kind of background. Lots of, especially with the glitter. And I mean, let me get as close as I can get on this without the camera getting blurry. But you can just see, you see that shimmer on those background, the golds and the whites. Just fantastic. Yeah, I think a lot of people are chasing these PMGs. And, I don't want to give myself more competition than there already is to get these kind of things, but you should look into the Jambalayas. They're quite cool. They just feel fresh and unique, and they really stand out. And if you have multiple years of these in your collection, I'm not giving Wolverine much of the screen time here, but if you have multiple of these in your collection, I think you're going to be pretty pleased. They're going to pop. I also kind of like how there's these the stamp here that's branded similarly throughout all of the years. Look at that. We got 2015, this gold stamp here. Let me get that closer. 2015. Here we have 2017. And also just the font of the word Jambalaya. They're so standard. I mean, they just look really, they're keeping the right visual elements on the card from year to year. Even though there's 2 years between each of these kind of series, they're keeping the similar visual elements where they really do feel like they're part of the same collection. They don't feel completely abstract or different from each other. fun fact regarding this Wolverine Weapon X. I should have posed this as a question, but I didn't. I've already blown it. But which Marvel character? There's only one Marvel character that finds himself in all 4 series of the currently released Jambalayas. Which character is that? And the answer is Logan. It's Wolverine. He's in all 4. And even Spider-Man's not in all 4. Wolverine's the only one. So it is possible to kind of set collect Wolverine Jambalayas. You'd have to get all 4 from 2017, 2018, 2015, and 2013. And I'd be lying if I didn't say that was a goal of mine. That would be fantastic. Here we go. I got a question. Thanks for watching, by the way, TBC Breaks. It's really nice to have you ask questions here. What do you recommend for the entry-level Marvel collectors? There's a grammatic error. Again, it's in the air tonight, right? We're all not typing right. Those who may not be able to swing these new price points for PMGs and Jambalayas. I recommend going for, like, Jambalayas. You can still get 2018 Jambalayas for under $100. They might not be some of the premier characters, but they are available on Comsea and on eBay, especially from the 2018 X-Men. I do think it's worth it to pick up anything 2018 X-Men due to the fact that there is one individual who purchased, I think he spent almost $250,000 on purchasing most of the E-Pack that came out available directly from Epitech. So he's hoarding it all, so you can actually see his full collection. Like, he has certain green PMGs in quadruplicate. He has certain Jambalayas in quadruplicate. Like, that collection is just being hoarded by one large dragon. Bless his heart. And I do recommend people trying to pick up a lot of 2018 X-Men, especially if you like the characters and you like the art. Now, other kinds of cards besides Jambalayas and PMGs, that's a great question. I recommend, there's a lot of things to collect. And honestly, now that, I actually have these sitting here as well. These, I think, are fantastic. These are Spider-Man AMC. When Spider-Verse came out in theaters, AMC put on a promotion where they gave a pack of cards to a lot of people coming in to the theaters. I think to the first day, on the first opening day of the film. And these cards you can still get on eBay really, really cheaply. And there is something unique about these cards that I'm not going to share because I kind of promised someone that told me about them as well. But I just want to tell you that there is something unique about these cards that makes them extra special in regards to branding and whatnot. And I do think, you can get this card for anywhere between $6 and $20. And the artwork's fantastic. It's right from the film. And they are extremely exclusive to collect. They're hard to collect. And they made there's 20 or 30 of them. It's not just all the Miles. I kind of went deep on the Miles collecting just because I love Miles. So I actually got quite a few of these ones because again, somewhat of a speculation for the next film coming up, but mostly because I love the idea of promotions. I'm like a Cracker Jack box kind of cereal box collector. I have a lot of fond memories of collecting things that were available due to limited exclusivity events or, whatnot. And when I was a kid, and, these kind of cards definitely scratch that itch where, you had to be in the know to collect them, and you had to, to actually get a pack of them and open them at the movie theater. That was really special. So, but in regards to other types of, entry-level Marvel cards, there's a lot, there's just a lot of sets. What's nice about Marvel cards, if you're a set collector, you can acquire almost all Marvel cards that were released in the 90s. The entire sets, typically you can acquire for $100 or less for each set. And, that's a set of 100 to 100 or to 150 cards, with exception to Marvel Masterpiece 1996. That one is a lot more difficult to collect due to the fact that the print runs were a lot lower due to declining interest in Marvel products, which is crazy to think about, but that's the truth. But yeah, you might need to go farther back and collect 90s cards as well. There's a lot of 90s cards that have better print quality than even modern modern Upper Deck products? That's a good question, though. Thanks for asking. Well, anyway, I just wanted to, show off a little bit of Jambalaya bling, show off the new 2015. Again, this is the first time I've seen the 2015 in person, and I'm super pleased with it. And yeah, I just want to say keep collecting, keep asking questions, support all the content creators on YouTube, and I definitely appreciate your support. And this has been fun, and I'll actually have another mail day coming up here in a few days. It might also be a jambalaya, so spoiler, and it's a big one. I can tell you that. So anyway, keep collecting and be kind and help others. And I like to say this a lot is don't just love superheroes. Be a hero to those in your community and to those in your family and your friends by supporting and loving them and serving others. That's how you can find real happiness. And yeah, that's that. See ya.